everyone, welcome back to Nintendo. Today we're going to be watching...
This is Flumbo. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Oh, this is Krupa. Wait, that also doesn't sound right. BanBan wasn't always BanBan, and I'm here to discuss with you the secrets of our beloved red friend. BanBan and the cast each have their own detailed story and personality, and that's what makes Garten of BanBan unique. Join me on the first episode of the BanBan Chronicles, narrated by me, Ty Coker, the voice actor of Bittergiggle, a series where we dedicate each episode to discussing the history and secrets of a member of the Garten of BanBan.
Let's get to it then.
If you decide
and just
to
let
go
you know, I already
through
watched
the game
this,
files
so
of
I'm not
any
going to be
BanBan game,
surprised. But the next one, I will watch it on the video.
You will find that, compared to most other characters, there are very few references to the name BanBan. This is because the name BanBan actually came very late into development. You will have much better luck looking for files that reference the name Flumbo. This is the first name that was given to our pancreas-loving red dude. And from there, what later became known as Garten of BanBan was once Flumbo and Friends.
If that's what it was called, I was gonna be like, this game sucks. If it was called like that.
Not the first, despite later becoming the main character of the series. However, feeling Flumbo and Friends were two unremarkable of names.
No, they're cringe.
Flumbo was then renamed to Krupa. And from there, the Garten of Krupa was born.
People would start calling that the Garten of Crap.
Archives of the Steam page. But at one point, a little closer to release, we decided to change the name from Krupa to a much more catchy BanBan.
I actually kind of like the name BanBan,
resulting in the final name of this new game being Garten of BanBan as we know it today.
I just don't
like... game called Garten of BanBan without any BanBans to be seen.
Oh yeah.
Because as you might know, BanBan is actually absent from Garten of BanBan 1.
He was, but not in my video.
I told you that wasn't always the case, and that the final game where you only meet Opila Bird and Jumbo Josh was the final version of the game script with two scrapped versions before it. With one involving just Stinger Flynn, if you might recall from our devlogs, and the other,
dude, and can you believe it? This was made 3 months. This took 3 months to make, so yeah, so that's why it's 3 scripts. This should have been made in a month, because it's barely that long.
This version of the script starts out very similarly to the Garten of BanBan 1 that we know today. You enter BanBan's kindergarten as a parent looking for their missing child, and are subject to a few puzzles that need to be solved in order to proceed. Only this time, there would be no eggs to be collected for Opila Bird, since she simply wasn't scheduled to make an appearance in this version of the script. In place of Opila Bird, you'd be stalked throughout the kindergarten by BanBan, without ever getting a clear view of him. Think Opila Bird staring at you from behind the wall, only with BanBan, and it happening much more frequently. So, if there was no Opila Bird, does that mean that for the majority of the game you were supposed to just be solving puzzles while being stalked? Well, no, not really. With every version of the script came a new design for the map that would better fit the story. The kindergarten of the version of the script where you're being stalked by BanBan was meant to be much smaller, with the second half of the game taking place inside the actual facility. This is why if you watch one of these videos that fly around the map of Garten of BanBan 1, you may notice that there's a small room underneath where Jumbo Josh attacks you in the original game. He wasn't scripted to attack the elevator in this version of the script. Instead, you'd safely make it to the underground facility where you would continue to be stalked by BanBan for a little more.
But I really did like the
this was BanBan's role in this version of the script.
How Jumbo Josh
for Jumbo Josh,
up and got you and
you'll have to wait for the Jumbo Josh secrets video where Jumbo Josh's role in this version of the script is revealed. Stay tuned for that. Okay. Of course, as you may know, this was later changed to making the player first enter the underground facility in Garten of BanBan 2. The Euphoric brothers felt that the ending in the final script where you get attacked on the elevator made for a much better cliffhanger.
Yeah,
but what do you think? Let us know your thoughts about this version of the script in the comments below. I'm going off script here for a second to say I will actually be looking at the comments about that, so let me know what you think. I'm very curious. Speaking of the Euphoric Brothers, did you know that BanBan is voiced by Geppo, the purple of the Euphoric Brothers? And like most of the other Garten of BanBan characters that speak during the games, BanBan has some unused voice lines. 2 to be exact. The first was meant to be said in Garten of BanBan 2, where a mysterious voice over the intercom asks you to wave at a camera so that they know you can hear them. This mysterious voice, whom you later learn is actually BanBan, was originally meant to say a line if you take too long to wave at a camera. Take a listen.
Please, I need to know if you can hear me.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Geppo, oh buddy, oh pal, oh purple guy. This line would be said automatically by BanBan without the player prompting the conversation to start by doing a certain task. Because of this, there were too many things to account for, such as whether the player was in the correct room, among other things. Overall, it was causing too many issues, so it was just removed altogether.
Bye-bye. Oh, come on, Nad.
Unlike BanBan's second unused voice line, which was not added simply because the developers forgot to. Whoops! In Garten of BanBan 6, while accompanying BanBan in the garden statue's puzzle room, you will at one point open the door to the red cabin there.
I really don't like
This causes
anime.
a miniature naughty one to suddenly jump out of the red cabin and run away, which shocks BanBan. Normally, he says the following.
Not the best.
What is that doing in here?
And that's where the dialogue ends in Garten of BanBan 6. But originally, he was meant to follow up on that sentence by this unused voice line.
What even are these things?
This follow-up line was never implemented, as mentioned before, because of an oversight. Truly unfortunate. BanBan's unused voice line in Garten of BanBan 6. You will forever be remembered. Okay, so we've disclosed BanBan's role in early versions of the script and BanBan's unused voice lines. So now let's talk BanBan's model and art assets. While the Euphoric Brothers don't have any records that document exactly when BanBan's model was first created, BanBan's first ever render was created on October 4th, 2022.
Yeah, like,
and it looks like this. This is the first time that the render is being revealed in full to the public.
Oh my god, it looks so
scary.
scary.
This render was used as a placeholder for the game's icon, up until it was replaced with the Jumbo Josh one we all know and love.
Yeah,
back
that was
when the
pretty
game
good.
was still called Garten of Krupa. Additionally, this barely textured version of BanBan's model actually makes a more important appearance than just being the subject of some secret render. In one of the older screenshots of Garten of BanBan 2 before it came out,
I need to tell you something. When Garten of BanBan first came out and I first saw it, I actually thought that Jumbo Josh was named Garten. I really thought that was Jumbo Josh's name. I knew BanBan was the red guy. I just thought Jumbo Josh's name was Garten. That was so sad.
Version of the model can be seen in a scrapped location during a scrapped chase sequence that was meant to be in the game.
Yeah.
This was scrapped very early on, though. There was also a time where BanBan was supposed to be given a guitar, but this was also scrapped. Instead, we opted to show off this guitar in the hand-drawn depiction of BanBan in Garten of BanBan 3's cafeteria. Who knows? Maybe this guitar will have more importance in the future. Speaking of scrapped concepts and going back to the earlier versions of the script of Garten of BanBan 1, there is an art asset that was meant to have been written by BanBan. At some point during this early version of the script, you were supposed to come across this ominous message that says, "Turn back," that was written in ketchup. Obviously ketchup. There was also this scissors icon that was meant to be for an item that was part of a scrapped puzzle that involved BanBan in Garten of BanBan 1. But wait, what's this note? Stay tuned for the next episode of the BanBan Chronicles, where the secrets and history of another character will be revealed. Comment down below which character you want to learn more about next. And keep on BanBanning. BanBanning? Is that what people say? Right? That sounds right. I think that's a verb. BanBanning. Hey honey, I'm going BanBanning. I'll be back shortly.
Okay, that was the first video. We're gonna be watching all 3 videos of the Garten of BanBan, how it was made, how everything, blah blah blah. I know I have not made a reaction on the channel for so long. I think it's been like 3 or 2 months. That's how long it took to make an old Garten of BanBan game. Okay, we're first gonna watch how Garten of BanBan was made. No ad, and it's an ad. I'm not the only one who thinks that the Marvel movies as kind of like gone terrible. The video's starting.
Hello everyone, we are Ferris and Gavin.
The developers of an indie game you may have seen around lately, Garten of
I was okay
BanBan.
with their voices and
There
their,
have been YouTubers and
thing.
streamers playing it, clones on the Play Store, animations, and bird memes.
But like their microphones are really terrible.
And we're very grateful for it. If you had taken the time to check out our
especially
other
the
games,
Blues microphone.
you may have
that
noticed
was
something.
terrible.
Garten of BanBan is far from being our first
Microphone,
game.
not their voices.
We have
Microphone.
made games of just about every genre.
Just in the beginning.
Action, adventure, serious,
In the beginning.
multiplayer, horror, everything.
The rest.
And while some of them have had decent exposure, Garten of BanBan is our most popular so far. Also, here's a little secret for you. Most of them are free if you'd like to check them out.
Free.
So in short, making games has been a massive part of our lives for as long as we can remember. For an indie developer, nothing beats the feeling of watching people play your games and have fun. And knowing that some of these people were our favorite YouTubers as kids just makes it all the more crazy. Now about Garten of BanBan. One of the most common questions we've seen is what inspired not just the designs of the characters in the game, but the setting of the game. Well, the idea was to have a setting that most people would be able to relate to and then put our own twist on it. Things that are relatable to anyone and everyone could be associated with their childhoods. We've had this idea for a while now, and a correct implementation is what we needed. After a lot of brainstorming and thinking, a light bulb appeared over our heads, where the idea came through.
A kindergarten. Most people have been to kindergarten, and therefore most people would feel uncanny in a twisted kindergarten. And that forms the basis of our game. After deciding what kind of vibe we wanted for the game, which was a mix of unsettling and liminal, we decided to move on to the design of the character. And right off the bat, we knew 2 things about the monsters we wanted to design. 1, that they needed to be very fitting in a kindergarten setting, and 2, that they needed to look creepy as 3D monsters. We decided to go with a style that mimicked those murals and drawings you can expect to see drawn all over the walls of a kindergarten. But also we decided to have them look like they were drawn by a creative kindergartner. And the result was the cast you're probably familiar with at this point. 6 cute monsters, all smiling and laughing, with each looking vastly different from the other. And that was how the BanBan gang was born.
Don't call it the BanBan
After
gang.
finalizing the setting and characters, the next thing to tackle was gameplay. A unique mechanic was needed to make the game stand out. Something that would help the player progress through the game and not be a burden or an annoyance. A toy drone is what we ended up settling for many reasons really, but the story of the drone could be a video of its own.
It was never.
By the way, you can teleport it by pressing right click. And that formed the basis on which we designed Garten of BanBan. Of course, there are many things that came down the line, such as the gameplay, and just how overall the game was going to play out.
I turned on great.
While deciding how the game was going to play out, we needed to keep our plan realistic and doable.
After all, we both have university as well, so we needed to find a good balance between our studies and what we love doing most.
That's why Garten of BanBan is taking
we
so
pulled
long.
through and managed to finish the game, which we are very proud of. We are currently working on the second Garten of BanBan, and it will be bigger, better, and scarier than the first game.
It was.
The second game is available for wishlisting on Steam. Go wishlist it now, or Opala Bird will stare at you from your window for the rest of your life. And that's mostly how Garten of BanBan was born.
7. Okay, we're gonna be watching the Opila. Wait, but it's actually Opila. It's actually Opila watching from my window. Opila, get away from my window.
Opila bird. So why this bird out of the other current characters?
Because birds
and
are
why
common.
A bird in general?
Because birds are common.
Well, when we were coming up with ideas for the characters,
they're pretty scary.
Opila bird was one of the first designs we came up with.
What?
Birds are typically both cute and also intimidating to humans at the same time. And so we thought making a character like this could be somewhat fun. As for what kind of bird Opila is, we'll keep that as a secret for now. To fit in the kindergarten setting we have in the game, we wanted to make it colorful and simple, but it also had to be scary at the same time. The big red eyes and textures on it helped us achieve the unnerving look we were going for.
Like when Garten and BanBan first came out, I was scared of the Opila bird for a reason. It's because like it looked like
the main antagonist of the game.
It looked like a horror, one of the horror birds that I've seen
even more than Opila bird ended up doing. But then later we decided Opila bird would be a much better fit. It was its time to shine. And what can't birds exist without? Eggs. Yeah. We thought the egg puzzle was a lot more interesting and weird than anything we could do with Stinger Flynn in that setting.
Imagine for just a Stinger Flynn just laying there.
In most horror games, it's expected of monsters and enemies to just run after you and take you out the moment they spot you. This unrealistically applies to animal enemies as well a lot of the time. So why not try something different? We thought having Opila bird act as a real predator would be something very interesting to see. We decided to have it so that it would only attack you if it felt that you were prey, like predators do. For example, when you run away from it, and when you don't harm it when it has you cornered. It only attacks when the player tries to flee or when it has taken a good look at the player. When the encounter is happening, the player is trapped in a corner with no escape. Your back's to the wall, you can't run past Opila bird, you can't fight the beast.
Yes,
your only escape is to run away on those platforms.
Just run.
After which,
just run, get Opila in a chokehold, and then there you go, it's killed.
Platforms, you are given two options. A. Get rid of the bird once and for all by pressing the emergency stop button. Or B. Run into an invisible wall while trying to escape and die a gruesome death. The whole Opila bird sequence was originally much more complicated. It involved having to run around the bird like twice and.
In my opinion, every Garten and BanBan chasing they're so slow. Like they should do what Poppy Playtime does. Like every time when like you get closer to the monster, it goes slow, and then when you're far away from the monster, it goes faster.
We didn't want to do something that would take the player out of the experience. No cinematic jump scare or crazy camera movements. The whole thing happens live in the game.
I hate that. I hate that that's how the jump scare happens.
It'll always have a special place in our hearts. As always, wishlist Garten of BanBan 2 if you're interested in seeing more of the series. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you thought of Opila bird in the comments.
I am very interested in the story. Okay, if you guys enjoyed this video and are excited for Garten BanBan 7, and also we will be bringing all the Skibidi videos. We'll be bringing the Craftastic videos, the Skibidi videos, and more. We'll see you next time. And remember, stay intense.